Welcome to For the Health of It. I'm your host, Corian K. Paget, and this is your number one source for all things sports, health, and fitness related.
Oh, hold on, Coach. What does for the health of it stand for?
Good question, Austin. The four and For the Health of It stands for our four principles, which are mindset, movement, nutrition, and recovery.
Okay, cool. Let's do it for the health of it then.
Welcome to another edition of For the Health of It. I'm your host, Corian K. Paget, and today we brought back a very special guest. We brought back Joy. Joy, how are you doing, man?
I'm doing well. Thank you so much again. It is my pleasure to be back and excited for this interview. I'm doing well.
Good deal, good deal. Joy,
hmm
since that last interview, I've been watching your page. You've been going hard with the weights and really getting after it in the gym with the deadlifts and the squats. How you?
hmm
So I admire that. I admire you staying fit and whatnot. Uh, but the focus of this interview, I want to dive deep into the five components of physical fitness and what you think about them. And then also, it's ending the year off and starting a new year, leaving 2020, going into 2021.
hmm
People getting in shape and staying in shape, and what advice you have as a personal trainer and an overall wellness coach you can give. So, as for my listeners that do not know, the five components of physical fitness are muscular strength,
hmm
muscular endurance, cardiorespiratory endurance, body composition, and flexibility. Which of those five components of physical fitness do you believe is the most important and why?
Um, First of all, I would say personally, all of those are very important. It's almost like how I look at it in an analogy that um, running a track,
Mhm.
right? You really need to do everything, all of the training, a good field to practice, and your health, and many aspects of it. Like every single one of those components they need each other to
Mhm.
be able to work and function as not just as a in bodybuilding or just in health in general. If someone is trying to work on their it could be losing weight or gaining strength and whatnot. So long story short, I would say every single one of them is very important.
Mhm.
They almost they work each other, rely on each other to be able to get that outcome that you're looking for.
Right.
But it's not for everybody. Some people are going to the gym or just working out at home, just trying to work on their cardiovascular, their heart, or just simply trying to lose weight by just doing cardio. What I would say probably that is more feasible for for anyone,
Mhm.
not just for the bodybuilders, lifters, or powerlifting and whatnot, or the yoga folks. Um, is the cardiovascular endurance.
Okay.
Um, and that is something that is a lot easier to accomplish, to do. They can either do it at home, outside. You can simply doing it by, jogging like a same pace.
Right.
When you're jogging outside, obviously if it's not cold, if you're in a state or environment that, the weather is um, I would say acceptable to run outside.
Right.
Jogging, cycling, bicycling. That's one of it. So that's something that's very easy to accomplish. Anybody can do it, right?
Right.
If you do have if a person have the motivation to do it. Jogging, running, swimming is a good one.
Okay.
Um, all of that it allows your body to adapt that longer pace, but also working that heart and your lungs together to get the amount of oxygen that's needed for the rest of your body.
Right.
And yeah, you're not sprinting. If you're running or jogging, you're not sprinting, just a low pace, same speed. Running, it could be 30, 40 minutes. And some people may just need it 20 minutes. But again, that's the consistency of your pace is the key to keep that heart, pumping and working along with your lungs. and same thing as biking or cycling. Same pace. You're not cruising through the, racing with another person. Swimming is the same thing. Swimming is great.
Right.
Swimming is such a great example, for cardiovascular endurance. You can access an indoor swimming pool, outdoor pool, lakes, or if you live by the ocean, then here's the ocean as well. And it's just easy to access. And I strongly believe this. I wish I'm a swimmer, but I'm an
You are a
okay
swimmer?
swimmer. Oh no, I wish I am. I have a swimming pool in my house, but you know,
Yeah,
do
yeah.
my little,
How about that? She's talking about
the
swimming, and
basics.
I'm like, I don't swim, so the biking and running it is for me. Okay.
Biking, actually, yeah, it's good. Biking is something I've never really like get into.
Right.
I started doing more of that, as a matter of fact, this year, this summer
Okay.
during COVID days. But it is a great exercise, an example for the cardiovascular endurance.
Okay. Okay. Cool.
Hmm.
Cool. Cool. So you said all of them are very important. Just
Hmm.
but if for somebody that might be more lay,
Hmm.
cardiorespiratory or
Yeah.
cardiovascular. Okay. Cool. Cool. Cool.
Hmm.
Okay. Uh, how would the changes in terrain and temperature and weather like that affect the mind and exercise?
Sorry. What is? Can you repeat again? How's the
Yeah,
weather?
yeah. So how does the changing in terrain and weather, like when you went out to where you in New Mexico?
Um, well, I left Minnesota and stopped by in Colorado.
Uh-huh.
So I did some hiking in Colorado and New Mexico and Sedona. I mean Scottsdale and Sedona.
Okay. Did that like uh did that like affect you in any different way or anything like that?
It did the elevation.
Okay.
The elevation. It was my first 2 days. I have to be honest with you. Um, it was hard for my lungs.
Wow.
Right away, your body just know that it's thinner air, it's higher elevation, and even when just walking from five-step stairs, I was like, what's going on with me? Like, I probably am just tired, but forgetting that, like, okay, I'm getting old. But um, that was very quick. But um, for a quick background for the people that's listening to this, I took a road trip to from Minnesota to Sedona. So yeah, it was a little hard the first 2 days, and I had a massive headache, and I always have that problem
Mhm.
when I jump from our temperature, weather, and elevation here in um, the Midwest in Minnesota, and going dive in straight to that kind of environment and stays there. It's not like you're having a layover or a one night stay there, but I was driving through and feeling through that air and the transition of the elevation. It was hard. It was hard for my lungs. I had to take quite few breaks,
Mhm.
um, because I did end up going to Lifetime Fitness in Denver,
Okay.
and I work out there. As I think you've seen some of my videos there, and I just jump right in, forgetting that, hey, I'm healthy, I can do this. And I was doing some box jumps and burpees. My first two sets, like, I could not breathe. What's going on? I'm like, and I'm just like, it was that I was forgetting the high elevation thin air. So yeah, it was a little hard, but I would say the second day, my body started adjusting,
Gotcha.
and that's when I was driving from New Mexico to Arizona,
Okay.
and the
Now,
headache kind of went away.
how how long of a trip was it from Minnesota to Colorado?
11 hours I drove straight,
Okay. Okay.
and I've never done it before.
Right.
A road trip alone. I did a road trip with my friends, and I even promised myself I will never do it by myself, because at that time I was a volunteered or designated driver,
Right.
and I had enough people in the car, and I was just so tired and sleepy, and it was, to me, it was like dangerous almost,
Hmm.
because I was like, determined to get to a place a certain time. But this time it was very dedicated to myself. Um, I decided very last minute,
Hmm.
literally that day. and I picked up a car. I rented a car, packed up a backpack, and took off. And I packed a bunch of food actually with me. I did not eat out or anything. I packed my food. I packed some vegetables with me, fresh veggies, gallons of water. I would say 3 gallons of water, no
Right.
caffeine.
Right.
People ask me, I had tons of messages asking me, you must have been drinking so much coffee, or what did you take, or that must have been boring. Just
Right.
a ton of comments. And I did not. It's almost like it was I was fasting
Right.
almost from people, from a
Right.
lot of things. And it was the best. To be honest with you, I'm actually excited to do it again. I will do it again.
Sounds like something you
Um,
need to try.
it was definitely, yeah, it was a good long, it felt actually short, 11 hours straight. I end up in Denver, 11 hours, just
Okay.
a little bit over 11 hours, and couple stops to get gas.
Right. Right.
And I listened an entire book,
Nah.
audiobook along the way. But yeah, 11 hours.
Okay.
And I stopped and stayed there overnight.
You mind sharing what book you listen to?
It was Christian.
Okay. That's cool.
Hmm.
That's cool.
Hmm.
That's dope. Sounds like you got a
Hmm.
good detox, and just a little let everybody behind the curtain. Uh,
Hmm.
we were supposed to interview that weekend, but when you told me you had to go on vacation, I said that is a-okay. And I personally, I like to enjoy my time away from whatever I'm
Hmm.
vacationing from. So when you mentioned that, I was like, man, hey, whenever we get on, we can get on. So take your time.
Hmm.
So I'm glad you enjoyed yourself, and I'm glad you were able to detox and release and all that.
Hmm. It was definitely definitely needed.
Good, good.
Um, a little tea.
Okay, okay. So getting back into the interview, we got as we mentioned,
Hmm.
the New Year is coming up, so
Hmm.
I'm sure people are going to be blowing you up, asking what or how to get in shape and how to stay in shape for the new year. So, what advice would you give to get and stay in shape?
Um, there's different advice or different people can prepare. And again, when I see people in general, somehow I am in tune and focusing on people that have lack or no lack or less of motivation,
Mhm.
or doesn't have that support group or support person. So that's automatically my brain goes to
Mhm.
when I address this specific, question or topic, because this year has been hard for a lot of us,
Right.
and it affected a lot more people. And as a matter of fact, I know a handful of people that are close to me not only, lost their job, but they actually became homeless.
Mhm.
Even the people that are in a fitness industry, you know, that work out, religiously and all of that, a lot of people just fall apart.
Right.
And, addressing this in general, I would say, even if whatever you were going through with our lives and with this pandemic this year, just overall, next year it's going to be better, I hope. And I would say consistency is a key. Either it could be your diet, consistency with your sleep. It's very important: sleep, diet, exercise, and tracking your food. So
Mhm.
I would say I would start with exercise. Anything that motivates you or anyone. It could be a 20-minute workout at home. I mean, you don't need to be in the gym. You don't need to go out there to do some weights again, unless you're like powerlifting or bodybuilding or whatnot. But not all of us have, or not everybody have access to that
Right.
type of, environment or equipments. There's a lot of things that we can do at home, which I will be posting some in home, at home exercises using some, bands or whatnot. Um, High intensity training that you can do at home sounds pretty intense, but simple as burpees, jumping jacks, high knee raises, lunges, something that you keep your heart going back to the muscular endurance,
Mhm.
cardiovascular endurance, I'm sorry. Going back to that, that's another one that you can actually do at home. Um, or even muscular endurance, so kind of covered with that too.
Yeah.
But something that you can do at home that, but again, it's easy to say that than to actually do it. For anyone that actually have, you might need a little bit of motivation. I would honestly say, I preach this to some people and friends of mine. Start your day um, with looking out something, reading something about fitness, reading something about, or looking at videos. Even that mindset that you set that at the beginning of your day or your morning or whatnot you're trying throughout the day, you are gearing your mind to actually towards that motivation. Because with some people, when you start looking at body comparison,
Right.
like, I could be looking at right away, I open my phone, and this is the fact of what's going on today's generation,
Right.
regardless how old you are, teen, 20s, 30s, 40s, whatever. I've seen it all ages. Grab your phone, look at social media
Mm-hmm.
or anything it might be, and start looking at the good things, right? This person looks good or whatever it is, and physically and whatever their lifestyle. That's not how I look at it every morning.
Right.
I look at things that are positive that can impact me throughout the day, and that's how I gear my mind throughout the day. So I would strongly advise that for those that have might need a little bit of motivation, I would encourage you, instead of looking at social media or looking at things that will put you down mentally, also try to look at something, YouTube, Google something, some workouts, in-home workouts. The more you look at it, you're feeding your mind. It's an internal psychological effect on us, that the more you look at it, actually, it will give you that drive. It will give you that energy and motivation. You will be surprised how much it will motivate you just by looking at those. And I would say, look at people that might have some weight issues, but they're working out. Videos of people that are trying to lose weight, videos of people that needing motivation, but they're doing it. Things like that.
Mm-hmm.
Look at some different resources that you can see. So in-home exercise, um, if you can't do it outside your home, or else if you have any gym access, go to the gym. Consistency. Make it like more like a list throughout the day.
Right.
Set your goals, create your list, and follow through it. And some, they're just needing more encouragement, write it down. I have a mirror in my bedroom. My mirror, I write it down. I write down some stuff in there, my goals, short-term goals, long-term goals, or daily goals.
Right.
Little bit of push, little bit of motivation. So yeah, exercise daily, I would say. Be consistent. Don't compare yourself to others. It's you versus you. um, don't compare, because we're not the same. Everybody changes, different developments, different life motivations. We have different, what's going on with our life is different than others. um, Sleep is very important. People even, we'll just say, people that go work out consistently too, they work out themselves till sweating as climbing like a mountain. But if you don't have any rest, that's important, very very important. Your body starts storing, start getting confused. Instead of storing your carbs as energy, or different sources of macronutrients as energy, it might be stored as fat.
Mm-hmm.
Because if your body is deprived, thinking of when is he or she going to feed me or do this and that, it's almost like in a fight or flight situation.
Right.
So rest is very important. It's a key. It drives your energy, your mode, and everything else. Diet, 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 diet. I am a strong believer that no matter how much you work out, if your diet is not to the point, you're not going to see the result. That 80-20 rules, I'm a strong believer with that.
Mm-hmm.
80% diet, 20% exercise. Because you could be exercising like crazy out there, rest also, but you're eating, your food intake and all of that calorie intake is off the whack or not enough. It
Right.
could be either way. You could be eating too much calories or not eating enough. And not just that, but the source of food, it's very, very important. So if you want to make a change, you want to see a result, take the time and commit to it. Commitment to your diet is very important. Um, what I've done in the past to some of my friends, we go through their cupboards and see what food they have in there.
Right.
Maybe replace that. You can still have chips, but you can say there's baked options now.
Mm-hmm.
Even Laces, for example, they have baked chips that have, the fat, nutrients in there. All of those nutrition facts is a lot better than fried chips.
Mm-hmm.
Um, just that balance,
Right.
and make sure you eat. Not the consistent throughout the day. That's more how I eat. I would eat 5 times a day or 6 meals, small meals throughout the day. But
Mm-hmm.
I do follow a macro plan,
Right.
amount of protein, fats, carbohydrates, and all of that stuff.
Right.
I diligently follow that, and I use the app MyFitnessPal. But for people that are just trying to stay fit and want to look good next year, or just um, big goals that you're trying to accomplish, diet, eat, look at what the food sources that you're getting it from. You're getting enough, the balance, getting enough macronutrients, your fats, carbohydrates, and protein. And also, if you know someone, maybe talk to someone that might be able to help you with a diet plan. um, I'm doing that for a couple of people right now, helping out, with their diet plan, and see what their lifestyle is, because lifestyle does make an impact.
Right.
Religion and all of that. I'm helping someone right now that, kind of switching up her diet because of religion and the type of food she can eat. But again, you have to commit. You have to commit with your goals. If your goal is to drop weight, stay fit, feel good, look good, you have to take an action. You
Mm-hmm.
have to do something about it instead of sitting in there and let it fall on you and make it. It doesn't happen that way.
Right.
It will not happen that way. So yeah, and also motivation.
Okay.
Stay motivated. I think it's another key for accomplishing that. Staying fit for the new year, or again, not just the new year, because it seems like have the mindset that, oh,
Right.
January 1st, I'm going to look great, or January 1st, I'm going to start something, right?
Mm-hmm.
A lot of what I see, that they get so motivated, even the gym. The gym is so packed, like 30 days after January. And all of a sudden, the amount of people start fading away, and the motivation is just going away, because now you have, different holidays coming in. You have Valentine's, and you have Easter, and you have all of this. And around May, people start rushing because summer is coming and you want a summer body again. It's that cycle. It's that cycle.
Right.
And then you stay fit in the summer, and then you have Thanksgiving coming, and you have Christmas, and you kind of off the wagon, and then here's New Year. You want to do another, you know, it's all about balance. Um, I think dieting, exercise doesn't need to be boring. You know, Exercise, make it fun. If you have a family member, you know, make them join with you,
Right.
or reach out to people. If that's not something that you would do, read, research, watch some videos. Um, Again, sleep, diet, stay motivated. Um, Sometimes having a workout partner might help for other people, but keep it consistent. Maybe try to look at like a long term I should say goal instead of a short term,
Gotcha.
because I think, yeah, the short term more likely it a lot of people fall off with that after like a month or two. I would say 3 months the max.
Right. Right. Now,
Hmm.
you're talking about diet and nutrition. Again, I've been watching your page. Joy, you throw down sometime in the kitchen.
I love to cook. It is when I get stressed, or yeah, I get stressed, cooking is like my go-to. I would just, look at my fridge, what I have in my fridge. I will think for a minute or two. I will envision a type of meal, and I'll make it.
Yeah.
I
Nah.
started cooking when I was 14. My parents had a restaurant.
Okay.
So I grew up with a restaurant business and a bakery. So I love to cook and I love to bake and I love to eat, not just cooking, but man, I will eat everything I cook.
Right.
So
Right.
I will be also like posting more because a lot of people actually requesting recipes. Like I'm not hiding any recipes or any key ingredients. I don't use any magical seasoning that I make back in the kitchen. Whatever I put in there, that's what it is. And
Right.
I don't use salt in my cooking.
Okay.
Yeah, so I use this Mrs. Dash and
Gotcha. Gotcha.
just other. I have some kidney issues when I was a kid, and I could not, I'm watching my sodium intake.
Okay.
But one thing I do want to share though, a local organization here in Minneapolis reached out to me last night, asked me if I can cook for families Christmas Day.
Nice.
So I will be the chef and volunteer to cook 20 meals for 20 families on Christmas Day. So I might be recording that.
Yeah. Yeah.
December 25th. So I'm very excited, very honored, and it's feeding the community program, local foundation, and yeah, I'm very excited.
Yeah.
That's like my motivation for all week, thinking of what type of meals I will be making, and you know, serving that to 20 families. So I'm super excited.
That's dope.
Mm-hmm.
Congratulations.
Any ideas? Any
Uh,
suggestions? What I should? I'm thinking about ribs.
yeah.
Somehow,
In fact,
cornbread, ribs.
yeah, coworker of mine just asked me to cook her some ribs, so I'm cooking them
Mm,
for Christmas Eve for her. So
nice.
ribs, I love some ribs. If my in-laws come up, I'm doing prime rib for them if they come up.
Mm,
So yeah, I like to throw down too, but being from Mississippi, my cooking
mm-hmm.
tends not to be the best nutrition wise, nutritional value wise.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna study your tapes and see what I can pick up.
Yes, I might be making ribs, but ribs, cornbread, something. But I'm so excited.
Okay.
I'll be doing that.
Good,
Mm-hmm.
good,
Yeah, I love to cook
good.
with passion.
Now we're gonna have to set up like an Instagram live or something for you like that. You have to
We should do for sure, anytime.
we'll get on that. We'll get on that. But before we shut it down, again, shout out all your social media for me again.
To everyone, check out my page, Joy Fitness, Joy Fit Health and Wellness. And I changed my account, but my focus is more, helping out, spreading to the community, to everyone on, it's not just all about fitness, wellness is very important as well. So just check out, I will be adding more contents in there specific about wellness, diet, recipes, healthy recipes that are easy to make. A lot of the food or the meals I make, less than 30 minutes, to be honest with you. So I will be adding more easy recipes, healthy, um, more motivational, inspirational messages. So go check out my page, Joy Fit Health and Wellness.
Cool, cool, cool. Joy, thank you so much for getting on with us again. This has been another episode of For the Health of It. And I'm your host, Corian K. Paget.
Thank you guys so much.